Hello everyone, and welcome to another session of the Crafty Challenge. This is Tyrona, the host. I just want to say thank you so very much for tuning in, and I hope that you like our videos. If you find this tutorial good for you or beneficial for you, go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification button so that way you're notified on the next time that we have any new videos coming up. So today we're going to be working in Photoshop again. I'm going to go ahead and open it up. We are going to be creating a simple scene design in Photoshop. I'm going to start off with we're going to start off with an 8.5 by 11 size. We're going to go ahead and click create, and it's going to open up our box. So I'm going to drag my basic images that I want to use into Photoshop. So let's see, I'm gonna go with this peach today. I did green the other day, and I'm going to show you what I did with the green. Okay. I'm going to use this peach color today. I'm going to just drag my 5 images in, which is going to create 5 different layers. Okay, so what I want to do is, because this is my background, I'm going to pull that all the way down to the bottom to be my very first layer, so that way it shows at the bottom. And I'm going to hide all the additional layers until I get my base layer figured out. Okay, so I'm going to increase the size. And for me, I always use my ruler guide, and I always like to start my wall to be at least 7.5. I want to be able to have it pretty much 75% of the way of my image. So then I just make sure that my wall actually fits within that, or my background actually fits within that perimeter. So I'm going to go ahead and increase and just keep increasing until I can get my base, as you can see, right along that line. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and move it on over to station it the way I want. Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in my fireplace. Now you want to resize this so that way it fits comfortable for your design. Okay. Alright. And you just want to keep on putting your designs where you want them to sit. Now you're going to go back and you're going to resize things later, but you just want to be able to get your basic images where you want them to be to start you off. And as you can see, everything really looks unproportioned. I'm going to pull my rug down right before my wall, my base, so that way it falls on the bottom. And as you layer, however you layer it is the way it shows up. So if you incorporate something into your design, it may drop all the way to the top. So that's going to make it the top. It's going to show in the front. Okay. Alright, so for my design, I want to make sure that my image is under my coffee table, but not so much under the foot of my chair. And you want your image also to look like they all go together, like they flow easily together. You don't want to have an image of a coffee table and this coffee table is, you know, sitting like this, because you know that your coffee table is not going to be just as big as, or bigger, extremely bigger than your chair. So you want to make sure that you draw your image in so that way they all look like they actually belong together. Okay. Alright. So I'm actually going to bring in my image that I'm going to be using with this as well. Make sure I got everything that I need off of this page. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pull in the image that I'm going to use for this design. Let's see, what am I going to use? I'm going to fast forward until I get to my image and incorporate it. So I'm going to pull these two images in. I want, because my images did not come in at the same size, I want to fix the image so that way my person, they actually match up with their size. So that way when I'm moving them around or resizing, I'm resizing them both at the same size. They stay the same size. Okay, so I find that they are around the same size. What I'm going to do is I'm going to increase my canvas size so that way I can line them up better. And as you can see here, you have her arm and then you have the vanilla lady behind her arm there. So I'm going to line this up to make sure that they are lined up as best as I can. I want to make sure again that they're lined up as best as possible. I can still see the two here, but I was just checking to make sure that, you know, they weren't, I wasn't losing the image around them. So I'm once again moving it. And I may have had it as best as I was going to get it. Okay, so I feel now that they are as close as they're going to get when it comes down to size. So I'm going to highlight both of these images and then I'm going to shrink them so that way they both shrink together. And again, I want this to look natural. So I'm going to sit her in the chair. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to expand the chair, because you see that she's sitting in there, but then her legs look like they don't fit with it. So I'm going to highlight the chair again. Didn't mean to move the chair though. So I'm going to edit, undo, so that way it puts it back. But then I want to unlock the chair so that way I can expand the chair out a little bit. want to expand the chair out just a little bit where it looks like it fits her. Okay, and then I want to go back in and lock the chair back so that way it stays, the sizing proportion stays together. Okay. Let's see. I actually want her to be a little bigger. I want to actually be able to see her. So I'm going to increase her size, which will cause my image to need to increase as well. So I'm going to increase the fireplace size. Okay, let me hide the table for a moment. Again, I just want to make sure that my fireplace is reaching the floor, but I also want to make it look like, you know, it actually belongs where it is. So I'm going to increase the size of my fireplace. I'm also going to increase the chair. She looks like this is a mini chair, and I don't want it to look like a mini chair. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to put the table back. And as I'm looking at this chair and looking at her, it looks like the chair is extremely big. And I mean, I know that we have large furniture, but compared to her body and the chair, I'm going to try to shrink the chair just a little. Okay, so if she stands up, she still looks a little small. Alright, so I'm going to leave that like that. For now, I'm going to, again, decrease my canvas size so I can see it better. Okay, so I have my images in my basic layout the way I want it. So now I'm going to incorporate some images, some additional images into my design. I'm going to speed up until I input my other designs. I'm going to just drag those designs in, so you go ahead and do the same. Okay, so now I have some additional images in. I'm going to go ahead and hide them so that way I can design them the way I want them to be in the image. Okay, so I want to shrink this image, being that it's very large. So I want to shrink it. until it fits the way I want it. Proportion. Okay, so let's keep adding your different layers, and you want to shrink them down to, or shrink or enlarge them so that way it looks like it actually belongs in the image again. And this is going to be a plant holder, so I'm going to center that, but I think I want that to be a little bigger. Okay, so you want it to sit on the table as if it was just there, like it's floating on the table. Center it wherever you want. Okay, so I'm going to bring this above my holder, so that way I can make it sit in there like it's an actual plant. Now I do want to make sure that you can see, you know, the holder up under it. I'm going to increase my canvas so I can just take a closer look at that. Okay. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this layer and I'm going to highlight both of them. I'm going to go to layers, and what I want to do is I want to merge that plant. So I'm going to click merge layers here, and now that brings this to be one image. So when I move it around, it's moving as one unit. Okay, or one layer. Okay, so I'm going to decrease my canvas size again. And it looks a little bit too big to be on the table, so I'm going to shrink it down some more. All right, so I like that. I'm going to go ahead and incorporate these books. I'm going to shrink this because I want this to go on my fireplace. So I'm going to shrink it to where it looks like it actually should be there. I don't want it too big and I don't want it too small. So what I want to do is I want to increase my canvas size again. And I just went down here to the size, the canvas percentage, and I put it at 45 so I can see what I'm doing. Again, I just want this to look like it's sitting flush on the fireplace, and because I can't get it to where I need it, as you see, I'm dropping way below, or it's going too high. I'm going to increase my canvas size again. The more you increase it, the more control you have over it. So I increased it 300. I'm going to decrease it back to 17% so that way I can take another look at it. Okay, so I'm happy with that being right there. Okay, I'm going to decrease the size of this layer. put this down here on the coffee table, but I'm going to shrink it just a little bit more. Okay, so once again, I'm going to increase my canvas size so I can get a better look. Okay, all right, so it's sitting on the bottom of the coffee table, so that's fine with me. I'm going to decrease my size again. Okay, let's see. And you just add whatever you want to add into your image. And the more I look at this, the more I look at the book holders, I feel like it's too big. So I'm going to increase my canvas size again. It may not be, but it just looks like it is to me. All right, so that looks fine to me. Once again, I'm going to decrease my canvas size so I can take a better look. Let's see. I'm going to add a few more items to my design. Okay, so now I have pillows, so I'm going to shrink my pillows down. And I want them to look like they actually belong in the chair. Alright, so I'm going to stick with the green pillow. And I'm going to actually make a copy of this pillow. And I'm going to paste my second pillow. I'm going to put this pillow in the chair behind her. So I'm going to expand the pillow just a little bit. Sit it in the chair where it looks like it would be sitting behind her. And then I want to take this pillow and I'm going to drag it down to right after it reaches the lady, just so I can see what it looks like. And I'm thinking, okay. So I shrink the pillow right behind her. Okay. And is there anything, if there's anything else you want to add to your design, by all means, add it. You know, let's see what else we can add into this image. Okay, let's see. let's add in, let's see what type of wall art that I can actually use for something else. Okay, so let's drag in a picture frame. We're going to shrink it down and we're going to add it to the table. Oh, let's add it to the fireplace. Okay. And then we're going to increase our image size. We want to make sure that we get the picture frame on the mantle. And as you can see, there's still the space there, so I'm going to increase my image again just so I can get it flush. There we go. I'm going to decrease my canvas size again, bring it back out. I'm actually going to move it over because it doesn't look like it actually belongs there. If it's a whole fireplace, it should be, I think, in the center because there may be something on the other end. So I'm going to increase my canvas size again so that way I can get it flush. Alright, decreasing the size again, the canvas size again. Alright. So remember, when you're layering like this, you want to make sure that this image is going to be in front of the wall art. Because you know when you put something on the wall, if you have something on your mantle, it sticks out a little further than what's on the wall because it should be flush on the wall. So basically that's it. That's how you create a simple design, a simple scene design, and you just move it out as the way you like. All right, so if you like this tutorial, please like, comment, subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so that way you're notified anytime that we have new videos coming up. Until then, have a good day.